Hello and welcome to today's session with Kinsey Tech. Today we're going to be talking about installing Power BI Desktop. Again, realistically speaking, there's different ways that you're going to be using Power BI, just like you would any other Office or Microsoft product, for instance. So Microsoft Word, back in the day, we used to go and buy the CD or download the CD, and you can have your desktop version of Word or Excel. But also today, you can also have a cloud version. So if you're working at a company, you simply go to Office 365 or Office.com and enter username and password, and there you are working in Excel sheets, and you can collaborate with other people. So you can have a desktop version, you can have a cloud version. Similarly, with Power BI, we have a couple of options. There's the desktop version where we can go in, download it, install it, and it's in our PC. And then there's another version where when you're working usually in a company that you'd have a username and password, you log in, and then from there you could work and collaborate with other people and share your reports that way. So today we're going to work with the desktop version, downloading the Power BI desktop version. So let me share my screen so we can start collaborating and working on it together. The first thing that we're going to do is you can see I have a couple of things open. I have my browser, I have my download folder on my Windows, and I'm trying to show part of my desktop here. So we start by going on Google or whatever you use for your search, enter Power BI desktop download or Power BI desktop, the first link that we have. And we're going to put that link on our Kinsey Tech. So if you click on it, also from our website, you'll be able to get this link. Now we're going to click on download. Choose the one that matches your PC. I have the latest version of Windows. So I'm going to click on downloading this. And based on that, I'm going to click on next. All right. Notice that it's downloading. Very few cases, you might have something on your computer that blocks it. Maybe you have, I don't know, firewall or some kind of security that's not allowing it to download. So if you wait about 30 seconds or a minute, notice down here it says if download does not start for over 30 seconds, click here to download manually. So whether your browser is Chrome or Explorer, whatever that it doesn't pop up here or there that something is downloading, you might want to click here, go to the setup file and just download it directly. In my case, as you can see, I look at my downloads folder and it downloaded it successfully. So I'm going to go into click to install it. Usually people double click to install, and that's okay. But sometimes when you have a shared laptop, maybe it's your work laptop, for instance, you might have an administrator user and you're not logged in as administrator, so you might not be able to install it in certain folders. So usually it's just safest to right click and run as administrator. It's just a good habit, especially when you're using shared laptops and so on. All right, so there's a variety of languages. The default is English. Again, you can install it in whatever language is more comfortable to you. I'm going to stick with English. Click Next. Preparing to install. We're going to click Next. Accept the terms. Click Next. All right. So usually when we install, we want to go with the program files. That's usually where software that you install in your Windows goes by default. If you're installing in a computer server for the office, a server, but at a company or whatever, sometimes they don't use the default. Sometimes they might want installations done on the E drive or D drive or some shared drive out there. So if that's the case and you're installing it at a workplace, you might want to check with them if you need to change that folder. 99.9% of the time, this is where it goes by default. So we're just going to click Next. Once the installation is complete, I want to have my Power BI icon right here. I just want to click on the shortcut and start it. So this option is already checked. Create a desktop shortcut. So when my installation is done, I should have a little button here that says Power BI on it. That's why we're sharing our desktop. We're going to click install. It's going to run for a little bit. Now notice our installation is complete. I'm just going to close the browser for less cluster. So I have this window showing me that it's completed. You've successfully completed the Microsoft Power BI desktop. If I'm done, I just want to be done, I can uncheck. But by keeping it checked, it means once this is done, Power BI is going to kick off. So I'm just going to click Finish. So it's going to kick off Power BI. Notice because we checked to have it in our desktop, we do have our shortcut Power BI desktop. So anytime in the future, I can just click here to start the installation. All right. Power BI is up and running. It looks like it's good. And we can start doing our magic on Power BI. Thanks for joining us to this session.